Welcome back to Tech Tutors. If you want a simple way to handle data in Pega, you're in the right place. Today, we'll see how data transforms can help you move and update data easily in your app. In Pega, a data transform is a rule that developers use to manipulate or transform data within the application. It's a powerful tool that allows you to map, copy, and modify properties from one structure or object to another seamlessly. Essentially, data transforms help ensure that data moves effortlessly from one part of your app to another. Let's start by looking at how to create a data transform rule in Pega. First, you log into the Pega Developer Studio. Navigate through the Application Explorer, find the class where you want your data transform to reside, and create a new data transform rule. It's a straightforward process. Go to Create, Data Model and then Data Transform, enter the necessary details like the label, class, and context, and then click Create and Open. Now, let's discuss the essential aspects of data transforms. Data transforms are highly versatile, allowing developers to set property values, implement conditional logic, iterate through list, and map data across objects and classes. They can evaluate expressions, manipulate list, and chain multiple data transforms to create reusable components. There are several powerful actions available within a data transform rule, each designed to handle different types of data operations. Let's break down these actions one by one and explore their use cases. First, we have append and map to, which adds a new page to a list while mapping data from a source to the target. For example, you could add a product to a customer's shopping cart by copying details from a catalog. The append to action adds a blank page to a list without mapping properties immediately. This is useful for adding a new row to an order list, which can be filled in later. Apply data transform allows you to call another data transform within the current one. For instance, when processing an order, you can reuse an existing data transform to format a shipping address instead of writing new logic. AutoMap automatically maps properties with matching names between a source and target. This is helpful for efficiently transferring values if both a billing and shipping page share the same fields. Exit for each page is used within loops to exit early based on a condition. For example, if you're searching through hotel rooms to find one that meets customer preferences, you can use this action to stop once a suitable room is found. For each page in is a loop action that allows you to iterate through a page list or group. A typical use case is calculating the total price for items in a shopping cart, iterating through each item and summing the price. The otherwise and otherwise when actions provide conditional logic. If a specific condition isn't met, otherwise lets you define a default action. With otherwise when, you can add additional conditional checks. For example, if the user doesn't select a shipping method, you default to standard shipping, but if they choose express and are in a rural area, you could apply a surcharge. Remove allows you to delete a page or property from a structure. A use case for this is automatically removing out-of-stock items from a customer's cart during checkout. The set action is fundamental, it assigns a value to a property. For instance, setting the default status of a newly created order to a pending is done with a set action. Sort helps you arrange a list based on a property. For example, you could sort products in ascending order of price to improve customer experience on your e-commerce site. Update page modifies the properties of a specific page in a list. For example, updating the shipping details when a customer changes their delivery method. Finally, we have when, which executes actions conditionally, similar to an if statement in programming. For example, you could apply a discount to an order only if the total exceeds $100. Now let's look at a practical scenario that uses these concepts. Imagine a customer is filling out an application form for requesting a loan. While entering their details, the form asks for both a temporary address and a permanent address. If the two addresses are the same, the customer can select a checkbox to copy the temporary address into the permanent address fields automatically. To configure this in Pega, we begin by creating a case type called Apply Loan. This case type has stages like Collect Customer Details, where steps are defined to gather personal and address details. In the Collect Personal Details step, we have specific fields for personal information, and we also define a data type named address with fields for address information. In the Enter Customer Details step, set up fields for both the temporary and permanent address, and add a Boolean property named is permanent address same as temporary. In the permanent address section, we set the visibility option to condition when rule and use a rule named is address same. This condition ensures that if the checkbox is selected, the permanent address fields are visible or hidden as needed. We then create a data transform called copy address to copy each field from the temporary address to the permanent address when the checkbox is checked. Finally, we configure an action set to trigger this data transform. Whenever the checkbox is clicked, a refresh action calls the copy address data transform to automatically populate the fields. Once you test the case, you'll see that checking the box instantly copies the address details, providing a smooth user experience and saving time for the customer. This is a powerful example of how data transforms can simplify data management and enhance user interactions in Pega. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned and subscribe for more Pega insights.